Hi, my name is Becky Kim, and I've been attending Church of Southland for a little over 4 years. When I was asked to share my testimony about cell groups, I hesitated. Public speaking is far outside my comfort zone, and I wanted to say no. But deep in my heart, I knew that saying no would be disobedient to God. Recent events in my life made it clear that I needed to share how God has been moving and to give him all the praise he deserves. This testimony isn't about me. It's about God and how he works in our lives. So here I am, even though it's uncomfortable, choosing obedience and giving all the glory to him. When I first joined the Anaheim campus cell, I attended a daytime cell that allowed me to bring my baby. But when my family decided to join Chino campus, I got placed in a new cell group that did not allow babies at the meetings. With no childcare available and my husband working long hours, attending cell felt impossible. I decided to take a break, thinking I'd figure it out later. Before moving to Chino campus, at a women's celebration in Anaheim, my former cell leader asked if I had connected with a new cell group. I shared my dilemma, and without hesitation, she said, "Nope, that's not happening." And she signed me up for a cell in my city and suggested me to ask my husband to come home early one day a week so I could attend cell. To my surprise, he was more than willing. My new cell leader, Chris, reached out to invite me to her group. When she emailed me the meeting details, I was stunned. The address was on my street, just 8 houses down. I attended my first meeting and immediately felt a deep sense of belonging. With cell meetings so close to home, I had no excuse to miss. On evenings when my husband was running late, I would tuck my girls into bed, turn on the baby monitor, and walk over to join the group. Joining the cell has transformed my relationship with God. I feel closer to him and more connected to both God and the church. The friendships I built with my cell sisters have been impactful. They've created a safe and loving space where I can be truly vulnerable, sharing my struggles with parenting, marriage, and my walk with God. My cell sisters have walked alongside me, listening with compassion, lifting me up in prayer, and offering unwavering support through every challenge. 2 months ago, my husband and I joyfully welcomed our 4th child and our first son, Josiah. As any parent of multiples can understand, when one child gets sick, it often spreads quickly. Over Christmas, our daughters came down with colds, and despite our best efforts to keep Jojo safe, he eventually got sick. On New Year's Eve, his condition took a turn for the worse. He became lethargic, struggled to breathe, and his tiny chest heaved with each labored breath. I rushed him to urgent care, where his oxygen levels measured dangerously low at 87. The pediatrician instructed me to take him to the ER immediately and warned against driving alone. When we arrived, the ER was overcrowded with no available seating, and I started to fear how long Jojo might have to wait to be seen. But by God's grace, a nurse saw his critical condition and immediately moved us to the front of the line. Within moments, Jojo was placed on a ventilator to support his breathing. It was undeniable. This was God's favor at work. As Jojo was admitted to the PICU, I immediately reached out to my cell sisters for prayers. What I had hoped would be a brief ER visit turned into a week-long hospital stay. Jojo tested positive for bronchiolitis and RSV, and at just 6 weeks old, his body struggled to fight off the virus. Throughout that difficult week, my cell sisters became my lifeline. They prayed fervently, checked in on us daily, and sent words of encouragement that lifted my spirit. Chris even contacted the intercessory prayer team and reached out to Pastor Richard and Christina. They came to the hospital, laid hands on Jojo, and prayed over him for complete healing. After their visit, Jojo began to improve. Slowly, his breathing stabilized, and within days, he was able to come off the ventilator. By God's grace and the prayers of our church family, Jojo was discharged, healthy, and breathing on his own. During this trial, God gave me a verse to meditate on for the year of 2025. It's from Exodus 14:14, and it says, "The Lord will fight for you, you need only to be still." Through the prayers and support of my cell sisters, I could see God fighting for my peace, for Jojo's health, and for our family. Without the prayers and support of my cell sisters and church family, I don't know how I would have endured this. Their love and faith strengthened me in moments of fear and anxiety. But ultimately, it was God's hand that carried Jojo through. His favor was upon us, and his perfect healing restored my son. Looking back, I've realized that a cell group isn't just a weekly commitment. It's a safe haven where God's love is made tangible through his people. It's in these moments of vulnerability and raw honesty that we grow the most, leaning on each other and lifting each other up. If you're on the fence about joining a cell, I really want to encourage you, don't wait. There's something incredibly powerful about doing life together, praying through challenges, and celebrating victories side by side. You never know how God might use these relationships to bring hope, healing, and transformation into your life. May this inspire you to find your community, trust God in every circumstance, and experience the blessing of true spiritual family. I want to thank my cell sisters, my church family, and above all to the Lord. All glory belongs to him alone.